Happy Friday, YouTube. This is Josh with another cryptocurrency update from the garage. Just wanted to talk for a minute about, well, we're going to talk about a few things tonight, but I wanted to discuss first off, I had a friend of mine on Facebook give me some flack about my first video. They called me out and said, you look like you were high. I was high. It was my first video, so give me a break. I'm not nearly as high as I usually am now. I'm a little more comfortable, So anyways, let's talk a little bit about Tron. You know, first off, I was really high the first video, but had you bought Tron at 4 or 5 cents, you'd still be sitting on double today. So high or not, the information was correct. So once again, you know, the market still looks fairly decent. You know, Bitcoin hasn't done anything major over the last 24 hours. Seems to be holding right there around 11.5. We've got you know, Tron's holding at 8. You know, I fully expect that Tron's going to go up very slowly. You know, we got Justin Sun said there's a few things coming out here in the next week or so. So I think we can expect a few little jumps here and there. So I think Tron, you know, if you're holding it, if you're hodling it, hold it. You know, it's going to keep going. You know, especially if you're not in a rush. You know, for the day traders and all that, you know, your day trader tip was the other day when it was super cheap. You know, I mean. I don't, you know, I'm not usually one to give out tips or anything because then I've got people mad at me if it doesn't pay off or something like that. But, you know, it's fairly easy to get on these things, look at the charts and see where the coin's been, you know, what the lowest was, what the highest was, where it's trending. You know, that's also very important. You know, and then get on there, and before you buy, get on there and look at its social. See if it's active on Twitter, Facebook, things like that, because that will, you know, that'll give you an indication if anything's getting ready to happen. You know, if they're getting ready to release something or a wallet, you know, or some kind of an update or something like that. Those are all things that can cause a coin to go up a little bit. You know, I mean, seems like in Tron's case, they seem to go down for a lot of guys, but, you know, the fact is, you know, everybody's going to be okay there. For all you guys that bought in at a quarter, you're going to be just fine. Keep doing what you're doing. So, as far as my situation, you know, I did mention that I got hacked a few days ago and they did clean me out. So, you know, I'm planning on getting paid here in a couple of weeks and I'm going to get back in the fray as quickly as I can. You know, so I do also, if you're new to this and you're planning on buying some cryptocurrency, if you're looking for Bitcoin or Litecoin, I have a link on my website. So, you know, absolutely go to Coinbase. And if you sign up under that link on my website, they'll give you an extra $10 and they'll throw me $10 too. So, and that's all money that I can roll back over in the market. So, anyways, also, I hope you subscribe. Hope you enjoy the channel. You know, if you feel free to comment if there's anything that you like. And for the, you know, to kind of finish out for the evening, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a new coin that a friend and I were discussing today, and that's going to be Fed coin. You know, this is a little bit concerning, and I just want you to stick with me for a minute on this, but you know, for a lot of people, they're going to look at this coin and they're going to think, well, this is a solid investment. And the reason they're going to think that is because this is a coin that it appears is going to be backed by the U.S. government. It looks like it's going to be backed by big money with the big companies like Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, you know, all these big money companies and families are going to put their money into this coin, you know, and truthfully, you know, that's not necessarily a good thing. You know, what they're going to do is they're going to try and offer you a stable cryptocurrency, something that can be used right alongside the US dollar. But, you know, you have to consider the end game. And I think the end game for us is that they want to get into the market, they want to control the market, and they want to muscle out the rest of our coins. You know, and the thing is, if you offer investors stability, a lot of people will go over there and they will take it. And when that goes away, you know, the volatility that we trade on, you know, there's going to be less opportunity for the small guy to get in and to do some research and to make a good investment, you know, and that's all there is to it. So we might be seeing some big changes that are coming up. You know, personally, this is my first video on it, and I'm coming out against it. You know, I'm not a big fan of the bankers or anybody getting into this. It's, you know, it kind of goes against the whole idea of why we all got into it. So that's just where I'm at. If you have a different opinion, you know, feel free to leave the comments or make your own YouTube channel. You can do that too. You know, I just found that out a few days ago. So, you know, so that's something, you know, Fed coin is just something that I'm going to ask investors to be wary of. You know, look at it, look at what it's doing. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of choice as to whether it flies or not. I think there's going to be so much money that goes in from these families that this coin is going to fly no matter what we do. And I mean, and it may just be the option of we get in and support it, and a few of us make a little bit of money, or we stay out of it and watch our markets crumble, which is something that, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but it's something to keep an eye on. It's something to look at for the future, because for people that, if you're considering long-term investing, you don't want to have something come out and go against everything that you've already bought into, so. That's just something to keep an eye on. I wish everybody happy trading. I hope everything goes good for us this weekend. And, thanks for having me out here again. Y'all have a good night.